Last time on Strip Search.
Man, really? Icebreakers?
I like all the other artists so far. That may change over the next few weeks.
The unofficial winner does win an official prize.
Didn't know there was anything on the line, but I probably should have.
You win the Strip Search redraw ticket. You don't know what this means yet.
That is relief in a little ticket form.
Now that the ice has been broken and everyone is feeling more relaxed, it's time to get to work.
So, Fax Machine was fun, but now it gets quite real. Strip Search is not about finding someone who can draw. It is about finding the entire webcomic package, someone who knows the ins and outs of running a self-sustaining webcomic. And a very important part of that is merchandising, because you got to get paid. So, for your challenge today, you're gonna have 1 hour to design a t-shirt for Strip Search.
Oh shit, this is gonna be the one thing I'm so bad at.
I have never designed any kind of shirt before.
Fuck. Well, guess I'm going home.
You can use black and at maximum 3 other colors, and your designs will be judged by Penny Arcade Design, Kiko, Erica, and Levin.
My name is Kiko Villasenor. I've been designing t-shirts for over 13 years. What I want to see in your t-shirt designs is how well the design, overall design, represents the actual brand.
My name is Erica Sadsad. I've been working with Penny Arcade doing design now for 2.5 years, and I have been doing design 7 years total. And what I'm looking for in your designs is how well you translate your comic or idea into the t-shirt medium. So really thinking about what is the best way to convey your message via that means.
My name is Levin Sadsad. I used to do independent contract work under the name OK Domo, and I was recently hired on for Penny Arcade via a 2.5-year interview process. I am very big on designing with reason.
The winner of this challenge receives something very special. Your t-shirt design will be printed and will go up in the Penny Arcade store.
Man, that would be totally sweet.
For which you will receive all the profits.
Oh man, now this is like double serious.
That's huge.
Wow, it would be really great to have some extra income.
That is an awesome prize.
I can't believe that that's a thing that's actually happening.
You can go anywhere you like on the ground floor. You have 1 hour.
An hour is not a lot of time to come up with a design.
Time management is not my strong suit.
I saw that there was a pink and purple marker right in front of me, and I had to go past Erica and Monica to get to it. So as soon as the time went off, I just ran and I got those 2 markers. I grabbed a couple of sheets of paper and I just started thumbnailing. My mind's immediately racing.
My first thought was try to figure out how to use the logo if we're gonna try to think about branding, get that logo in there. My design was based on one person coming out of many.
Pretty quick, I actually get a concept and I realized I'm not gonna be quite as lost as I thought I was gonna be.
He didn't have like a logo at all. Like it was it's a t-shirt of like 2 characters, and the middle one had like a question mark.
It looks like Gabe and Tycho. He's starting to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
but I mean,
fun.
I like the idea of stepping outside of that box.
This is going to be really interesting. I do a little bit of design work at work, not considered my strong suit.
I need to stick to what I know, because even though I've never done this before, I need to not psych myself out. If I go in a direction maybe I'm familiar with, then I can start expanding on the ideas that are important, like the iconography, color choice.
I'm pretty quick when I come up with a concept to go from the thumbnail to start working on the final production. So I only did a couple of color comps, really, really tiny, and then went straight to working on the bigger final piece.
He has some really good looking typography too. Like I like to see that they're not just using the logo, that they're realizing that they can go from there. And
I am now in panic mode. I'm trying to think of what I want to do. I know I don't want to just throw the logo on there. And the first thing I draw is I put the logo on there and I look at it, and that's not what I want to do. So I start picking apart the elements. I'm trying to figure out like the color palette and how I can get everything to work, have it still be recognizable as a brand, but more interesting as an image.
I've designed t-shirts for my comic before, so I'm thinking that this is something I have mild experience with. I can't say that all those t-shirts were successes, so I'm also equally stressed. Sketching out ideas, as many ideas that come to my head. That's the most important part. The rest is all just busy work. I'm really worried about designing a t-shirt because I have never actually done that before. I did 3 thumbnails, and the second thumbnail I did actually was the design, but I did a third one just in case I could maybe do better, but I couldn't. And honestly, considering I don't know shit about graphic design, I was pretty proud of my design. It could have been more fun. I wish I could have incorporated humor into it, but I was very nervous.
I can do design. I've applied for jobs as a designer. I've actually been a product and packaging designer for a couple years, but trying to finagle all the little details and work out something that I was satisfied with was taking longer than I would have liked, so I was starting to get really nervous.
Well, I sort of already have a concept, and I would like to sit and think of some more, but I think it would be best to just go with the design that I thought of first. Well, I keep messing up. I want the P to be in front. I mean, I don't really know if it's gonna look good, but I think it's better to have the P in front.
Designing under duress has always been a challenge for me, so I knew right away that this would be difficult.
I was stressed out, like thinking about what to put on the shirt just because I don't have much of a graphic design background. I had a bunch of way overly complicated ideas that were supposed to be funny, like incorporating stripping and searching and drawing and stuff, so I was kind of freaking out. I sketched for like way too long, and then I had to kind of rush my design a bit. I picked colors right away that I thought would look pretty, and then stupidly ignored the actual colors of the logo that exists.
30 minutes left. 30 minutes.
Well, shit.
I do about like 20 thumbnails before I realize I really have to pick something.
Mackenzie looks like he's still kind of in the weeds. He doesn't have any, like, he's still in the thumbnail phase and kind of like notes where it's really hard to tell what his direction is going to be yet. So I think that he's probably going to be a little strapped for time if he doesn't commit to something soon.
I want to keep it simple, it's a t-shirt. So. I'm hoping that they aren't going to hate my style too much. Like, I know I use simple things and I like to keep it simple instead of like complicated and weird, and sometimes people really like that on a shirt. And like, I also don't like using a lot of colors, but people also really like colors on shirts, so I guess I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet on that one.
15 minutes left.
I'm just, frantic trying to decide which one has the best shot at being something that not only the judges would like now, but that the audience will like in the future.
I felt like I came up with something as the best that I could do. People might have something that's better than this, but at least I know this isn't terrible.
5 minutes.
I put my logo down and I said, I'm done, that's it. I don't need to do anything else with this. And within the last 5 minutes, the second I hear 5 minutes, I look back at it again and I'm like, is this enough? Have I sold myself short, or by adding more to it, am I squashing that voice in my head that says, edit this and don't add anything else, just be confident in what you've done?
Looking around at other people, it seems like a lot of people are going with the same sort of thing that I am, so I'm kind of worried that it's just going to look the same as everyone else's. But hopefully it's not going to look the worst.
Time. That is time.
It's been a busy and stressful 90 minutes for the artists, but they can't rest yet. Now they must present their designs to Kiko, Erica, and Levin and prepare to hear their feedback.
I thought since like this is involved with the Penny Arcade brand to like incorporate that imagery would be useful. If I see that it's Penny Arcade, I might actually be like, oh, now I'm more interested in what this is about.
I felt like Ty had some issues with execution. Strip Search was kind of hastily written in these bubbles that didn't really frame well and they didn't really terminate.
My thought was to kind of just draw a direct connection with what the competition was about in a more graphic style.
I felt all right about it. I think in terms of the time window and the idea, they didn't exactly match up like I would have hoped. So I didn't feel bad, but I wasn't incredibly confident.
Mackenzie tried, but his vision was too large. I think that it would have worked great if we had asked them to design us a print or a poster, but it was just not feasible for a t-shirt.
I thought Mackenzie's design would make a really lovely screen print that I would totally put on my wall, even though it didn't quite work as a t-shirt.
Essentially what I was trying to do was to use big, bold colors to kind of recreate the feel of a Sunday newspaper strip. And from there, within the word strip search, I wanted to treat those as a panel themselves to kind of show that you're searching across multiple cities to find that one person.
Tavis's was on track to be...
Yeah, and then...
Like, I wanted to wear that shirt, and then I saw him stop, and he went into the fridge, and I asked him, like, are you set? And he's like, no, I'm gonna pause, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna take a look at it again and see if there's anything that needs to be added to it. And that was his downfall.
Right.
If he had stopped, I think he would have been, I would have been looking at him for top 3.
Several artists took their design cues from the Strip Search logo using elements like the magnifying glass and the pink and purple color scheme. While their designs were all well executed, they didn't stand out enough from their peers.
I wish that you could have gone a little further with it because I think it just feels a little safe, like that would it be interesting enough that someone would want to wear it, though I like that you did stray from the logo. I think you could have gone a little further.
Hearing them say my design was safe, it was almost worse than hearing them say you're out.
It was a strong design, but it was not an especially exciting one.
It's a guy, he's trying to draw desperately, he's throwing comics out.
I really liked Katie. I thought that even despite the color, that's something that we could simply print in pink and purple, and I felt like that was so strong. That was the design there that I first thought, I want to wear this.
That design was one of my bottom choices.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wanted it to look really polished and pretty, but I had to rush it at the end.
There was the focal character that I didn't particularly like. It was sort of spread out weird. The text was just sort of thrown on. There wasn't a lot of thought to it.
No, I felt like it conveyed Strip Search though. If we're looking for a shirt that's going to be marketable to the audience for Strip Search and kind of conveys the idea of what the program is, just in looking at it, I felt like hers was the best execution.
I felt it was so literal though.
Oh, I kept messing up, but it's good now. Kept forgetting to put the P and I in front because they need to stand out more since it's the first word. As a critique of myself, the little handle bit that's purple, I'd get rid of that.
I talked to you earlier, and I think that your biggest problem as you were working was just your confidence level. It seems like she's got good ideas, but she doesn't trust herself to actually edit when she comes up with when she knows the things she's doing are wrong.
She committed the mortal sin of sticking to a layout and then forcing everything to fit that layout. Like the hyphen was a major crime.
Yeah, and then telling us all the things she didn't like about it, I think is just, that comes with experience, but yeah, I think that's definitely a faux pas of, you gotta sell it even if you hate it.
You have these hands, the contestants, reaching for the magnifying glass, like being stripped away would be the white ones, and then the one that they're searching for is the pink one.
First thing, very smart to do a small layout so we get a sense of how the graphic actually looks on a shirt, and you don't spend 30 minutes marking in black.
As soon as I saw Amy's design, I was like, wow, this is totally perfect.
Yeah, I think that you have the strongest execution so far, and you don't know this, but this looks the most like the document that we send to our printer.
I'm actually surprised that they're not being more harsh. I'm kind of just waiting for them to drop the bomb at this point and, tell me that that there's like some big flaw that I didn't notice.
The only thing I didn't like about that was just the back of the shirt. I think she could lose the whole back.
The first thing I was thinking about was like, okay, so there's a competition of art, and then I came up with like the symbol of the crossed pens, and then it's kind of muddy, but the top right space on that like sort of crest is just like an elegant like comic, and then the inside you would see like just very general shapes and stuff. And I went with this sort of style because it's a very classical representation of what something stands for. Like crests have always like been about like these are the things that define what we are, and I just decided like to fuse the two together.
We were kind of talking about this earlier about the concerns between, if there's any concern with the military crest and SS inside of it.
There's some cultural significance to SS. I mean, it's
hard to
funny,
pull
but it's
yourself
also
away.
something you have to
think about.
You might not think about it, but someone will.
Yeah. Someone will. And so you always want to step out of what you're doing and look at it from a totally fresh perspective, because there's going to be an issue with that.
It was good to hear what they said, but I don't feel too bad about it. I don't feel like they ground me into the earth or anything.
Although each judge has their personal favorites, in the end, there can only be one winning design.
All right, how did the deliberations go?
They were difficult. We did not quite agree. Livin will start with whose design that we thought was off the mark.
Yeah, we felt that Abby's was the lowest.
Fuck.
Abby is the lowest. I definitely wouldn't have picked her.
You committed to the layout and tried to make it work.
Damn. I did not think I was that bad, but I accept it. If that's what they thought, then I guess that's the truth. But if they want me to be more confident, this has shot all of that. All the confidence is gone now.
We actually had a little argument over who should have been first place. Katie was my number one, so I just I really liked it. But in the end, we made a decision. Kiko, did you want to?
We ended up overall design of the total package was there in Amy's. We decided to choose hers.
I'm kind of flabbergasted. Didn't think that that was going to go my way. I thought it wasn't like telling enough, but I kept any confidence problems I was having to myself, and it paid off. And whew, I'm really excited.
I would have been really surprised if they had gone with anybody else's.
Thank you very much, guys, for giving us the benefit of your wisdom. We really appreciate it. Thank you. There is one additional twist to the prize for that challenge. You not only win, as we said, your shirt up on the Penny Arcade store, but Amy, as the winner of today's Strip Search Challenge, it is up to you to decide which two other artists go up for elimination today.
I'm scared now. Like really scared.
It was a big surprise, I think, to everybody.
Pretty much shit my pants then.
I'll give you some time to think about it.
That's tough because, you know, I'm choosing two artists and I'm like basically like burning that bridge.
I'm not super worried. I feel like I'm in the middle of the pack right now.
Oh fuck. I actually don't want to get eliminated right now.
I'm now somewhat glad that I didn't have the top design, because that is a little terrifying.
It's gonna be tough.
All right, we're back here again, and Amy has made her decisions. How was that?
That was a really tough decision.
The two contestants you are putting up to face elimination tonight.
First person I'm putting up for elimination today is going to be Katie, based on the design as a t-shirt and yeah, just in general, I didn't think it was a great t-shirt design.
And the second person you're putting up for elimination tonight.
Second person I'm putting up for elimination tonight is going to be Alex. I thought your design didn't come together with your color choice, and it was just didn't come together as maybe what your initial thought was. So.
Alex and Katie, I'm going to need you to go upstairs and pack your bags, and you are going to come with me, and we are going to go meet the creators.
Next time on Strip Search.
To your left is the wastebasket of broken dreams.
It is full of discarded ideas. You will be judged. So you don't think Katie deserves to be here?
No, I definitely don't think Katie deserves to be here.
So you think you should go home?
That was my nightmare, so.
So this is a nightmare scenario for you?
Yeah, this is high concept, startling amount of execution for the amount of time.
Yeah.